on behalf of the teaching faculty. So truly, it's my pleasure on behalf of the teaching faculty at the Foundation English program at SBA to welcome all our students. Just give me a moment. So this program basically has been especially created for you to enhance your language learning and practicing. So please, students, take this opportunity with utmost discipline, integrity, and a lot of gratitude. Why gratitude? Because a lot of talented teachers have come together to put this program especially for you. So we have a very, very capable team, and we really appreciate your presence. But we also expect you now to respect the teachers' time and the efforts that they have put aside for you. So today, this morning, I wish to make only 2 points for you. In our world today, we all witness weird texts and emoticons, okay, and a very garbled kind of a script that comes across on the with text usage on our telephones. So meaningful communication is lost. It is camouflaged and often garbled. So what happens is students have become very impatient, and communication with clarity and with due respect is not possible. So please avoid using these text kind of messages, and use the tools that have been given to you very effectively. Shortcut is not the way and not conducive to language learning. Secondly, what I've realized is a lot of students in the past also have had a lot of vocabulary, good vocabulary. You already know many words and phrases and contexts and collocations, but it is not enough. Now, this is the time with this course that you have to put whatever you have into meaningful and correct sentences. So there's nothing more beautiful in language when it is spoken correctly. आप उसको ठीक से कहिए और सुंदरता के साथ कहिए. So speak English correctly and very beautifully. This is all I have to say, and we are all throughout going to be with you in this course. So now may I introduce our teaching faculty. Teachers will come up and say hello to you maybe. So we have Sonali ji, we have Rashmi ji, okay, Kavya ji, Sonu ji, Srividya ji, Nikhil ji, and Malini ji. So this is our team, and we are together with you. So there's no need to fear, and we'll have fun as we learn along the way. Okay, I'll now hand over to Sonu ji. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Manjula ji. So children, I'm Sonu Dabral, and I'm one of your hosts and hosts for today's session. We thought that since we are going to be together on this beautiful journey for quite a while, why don't we get to know each other a little better? So let's loosen up. Let's leave our hesitations behind. Let's break some ice. And we have some really good fun activities planned for you. The whole idea is to just have fun. Kuch galat, kuch sahi nahi hai. No one's judging you. So ekdam bindas hoke participate karne ka, right? So rolling on to the first activity. Pehli activity mein you have to take your name, where you live, and pick out any one of the words from this list. These are the prompt words: dinosaur, noodles, egg, etc. कोई भी एक word जो आपको pop up करता है वो उठाओ and make a fun and wacky sentence with it. The more creative, the better. The whole idea is to just have fun. Again, I'm reiterating. So कोई nervousness की जरूरत नहीं है. Maybe I'll begin. I pick up dinosaur. So my name is Sonu Dabral. I live in Goa. I have a pet dinosaur who loves eating noodles. Right? I hope you get the drift. So who goes next? Jaldi se bachcho, maybe you can just raise your hand on the screen or through through the reactions button over there. Who goes next? Quickly, come on. Chat box mein dal do. Okay, Nikita. Nikita? Come on, children. Yes. Okay, I have Oppo CPH. I don't know. I can't take out the now meaning I can't see the screen also. Okay, come on, children. Okay, maybe have Rashmi ji. Maybe you could try.
Yeah.
Rashmi ma'am could try.
So, yeah, sure. So my name is Rashmi. I'm in Hyderabad. I happen to be a witch. I love eating fish. I fly on a broom and I wear crocodile shoes.
Okay, so that's too many sentences. Come on, children. Kaun bolne wala hai? Okay, let's have and I'll use a prompt. Yes.
Hello, ma'am. So,
Somebody speaking, Sonu.
Yeah, I'm waiting.
hello, ma'am. My name is Dani. I live in Kangra, and I'm a spy who came from Fairy World.
Oh wow, wonderful. So we better be careful. We have to watch out for her now. Okay, who goes next? Come on, quickly, children. Jaldi, jaldi. Who wants to go next? Okay, then I'll point out. May we have Sakshi? Sakshi?
No.
Sakshi is not there. Okay, Ria? Ria?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, please tell us your name, where you live, and make a sentence with any of the words that you like.
Ma'am, I am Ria. I live in Shimla.
Okay. कुछ भी सेंटेंस चलेगा, कुछ गलत सही नहीं है इसमें.
उलट भी बना सकते हैं.
I have Genie from whom I want shoes.
Oh, okay. She doesn't want to use a genie. Very good. Okay, let's have who is coming next? Jaldi say, children, volunteer. Who's going to volunteer next? Vibhuti? Vibhuti?
Good
Maybe
morning, ma'am.
Good morning, Vibhuti.
I am Vibhuti and I am from Nahan. I have a wonderful dress. When I wear it, I look like a fairy.
Oh, wow. Wonderful. We'd like to see you in that someday. Okay, maybe have Shivani?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
My name is Shivani and I live in Himachal Pradesh and I love to eat noodles.
Okay, you love to eat noodles. Okay, good. Vijaya? Vijaya?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
My
Please.
name is Vibha and I live in Shimla and I make good soup.
Okay, fantastic. We'll have a taste of your soup someday. Okay, now quickly we have some riddles. Okay. For example, a gate that never opens or closes is called gate. Okay, so wo gate word aana chahiye. So quickly, who will try this? A room that doesn't have any door or windows and can't be lived in.
Mushroom.
Very, very good, fantastic. A driver who can't drive.
Screwdriver.
Very good, fantastic, Karan. A key that can't open any lock. A key that can't open any lock.
Locky.
Locky, हाँ, but वो हिंदी word है.
Hockey.
Try. Pardon?
Hockey.
Hockey, very good. Actually, मेरे दिमाग में turkey था, but hockey is a very good answer. Fantastic. An apple that's not round and doesn't taste like an apple. An apple that's
Pineapple.
very good. Fantastic. A city where no one lives. A city.
Electricity.
Fantastic. Arey, we have some really bright students in this class. Okay. In the next exercise, did you know that which is the most mispronounced word in English language? It is pronunciation.
Pronunciation.
That's a funny thing. So I'm going to read out sentences and आपको point out करना है कि इनमें से कौन सा word जो है वो गलत pronounce है, उसका सही pronunciation करना है. Okay. I had breakfast at the dhaba yesterday. I had breakfast at the dhaba yesterday.
Breakfast.
Breakfast. Yes, very good. Breakfast is the wrong word. It's called breakfast. Did you iron my clothes?
It's
Press-
iron.
Huh? Iron. It's iron. Iron.
Iron.
Yeah. Did you iron my clothes? Very good. My stomach is hurting.
Stomach.
Fantastic. Very good. A new restaurant has opened near my house.
Restaurant. Restaurant.
It's restaurant. It's called restaurant. So ऐसी बहुत सारी चीजें जब आप कोर्स करोगे आप सीखोगे. It's called restaurant. Restaurant नहीं होता, but restaurant होता है, right? The monk was meditating. The monk. Very good. The monk was meditating. अच्छा, अब जल्दी से आप लोग मुझे ये सेंटेंस कंप्लीट करके बताना है. Let it be really funny, okay? I have never ever Like for example, I have never ever kissed an elephant. Okay, ये sentence कौन complete करेगा? I can't wait to. जल्दी से कोई भी.
I can't wait to learn.
I can't wait to learn. Fantastic, Naine. That's wonderful. Last night I dreamt of. जो भी the word.
Dinosaurs.
Dinosaur. Okay. Okay. Those are life goals, huh? Dreaming of dinosaurs. Okay. I fell in love with
My best friend.
your best friend.
Yes,
All
right.
right. Fair enough. I commanded the genie to. किसके पास था genie? I commanded the genie to.
Shoes.
I commanded the genie to do what with the shoes? क्या करना है जूतों से?
Give me a crocodile shoes.
Okay, to give you crocodile shoes. Okay, that's pretty creative. Fantastic. Okay, now quickly we have these tongue twisters. Okay, हम सब ने बचपन में किए हैं. So let's roll our tongues. The first tongue twister is ऊंट ऊंचा, ऊंट की पीठ ऊंची, ऊंची पीठ ऊंट की. Okay, so Poonam, I can see you on the screen. Let's see you do this.
ऊंट ऊंचा, ऊंट की पीठ ऊंची, पीठ ऊंट की.
Okay, जल्दी जल्दी बोलना है, जितनी बार बोल सको. It has to be repeated. Okay, Vibhuti.
ऊंट ऊंचा, ऊंट की पीठ ऊंची, ऊंटी ऊंची पीठ ऊंट की. ऊंट ऊंचा, ऊंट की पीठ.
हाँ बोलो बोलो. You're doing well.
ऊंट ऊंचा, ऊंट की पीठ ऊंची, ऊंची पीठ ऊंट की. ऊंट ऊंचा, ऊंट की पीठ ऊंटी, ऊंची पीठ ऊंट की. ऊंट ऊंचा, ऊंट की पीठ ऊंची, ऊंची पीठ ऊंट की. ऊंट ऊंचा, ऊंट की पीठ ऊंटी, ऊंची पीठ ऊंट की.
Fantastic. We have to give it a very, very well tried. Ma'am, may we have the next tongue twister? Okay, red roses for Ruby, red rubies for Rosie. Who's going to try this? Quickly.
Red roses for Ruby, red rubies for Rosie. Red roses for Ruby, red rubies for Rosie. Red roses for Ruby, red rubies for Rosie. Red roses for Ruby, red rubies for Rosie.
Fantastic, Sia. Wonderful. Okay, next. Ma'am, may we have the next one? Okay, the next one is she sells seashells on the seashore. Who's going to try this one?
She sells seashells on the seashore. Seashells on the seashore. She sells seashells on the seashore.
Very good. All of you tried very well, although सबको थोड़ा कुछ बीच में गड़बड़ हो रही थी. But children very well tried. Sonali ma'am, I think we don't have time more for this activity.
Yeah, we need to move on now.
Okay, so I'll hand over the session now to Kavya ma'am. And wonderful children, fantastic participation.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning.
Good morning, ma'am. Good morning. Thank you, Sonuji, for setting the momentum. And now we are going to move to the next slide here. Let's see what's in store. I'm sure all of you are now enthusiastic to know what is there. So let's move into the next thing. Now this slide says, in what ways do you use language every day? So let me share some facts with you. According to the world statistics, it is said that world over 7,000 languages are spoken. And India is said to be the storehouse of languages. And you'll find that even All India Radio, it broadcasts its program in more than 140 languages. And the Indian Constitution has recognized 22 languages. In the 8th schedule of the Constitution, 22 languages are mentioned. English and Hindi, both the languages are official languages of India. So we don't have a national language, we have English and Hindi. So now let's see how languages can be useful to us. Let's move to the next slide. So here we are. So the question is, what does language do for you? Now, children, before I read out, I want you to read out some of the sentences here, how the languages help us. So anyone who would like to volunteer?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, Poonam.
Express thoughts, opinions, ideas. Next point, share stories, knowledge, feelings. And then we have the next, inform and instruct. It implies these are all the part of formal communication.
Okay, thank you, Poonam. Let's have Sia.
Learn new ideas, concepts, and perspective. Next point, enjoy conversations, meeting people, movies, songs, and we are part of a community. And next, progress and live comfortably.
Thank you, Sia. Anyone else who would like to volunteer?
Gain success in professional life, build meaningful relationships. Language is an entry point into an culture.
Thank you. That was really good. So most of you are fluent in the language, in English language. Let's see how language itself is important for us. So the first point says that express thoughts, opinion and ideas. Because whatever thoughts and opinions जो हम सोच रहे होते हैं, जो ideas हमारे पास है, उसके लिए एक medium चाहिए होता है, and that is how we can actually tell it to the other person, and this can be done only through languages. जब हमें कोई story बतानी होती है तो हम कैसे बताएंगे? अभी we cannot just say it through our eyes, through symbolic way. We cannot say a story. We need to have a language, and this only then we can say a story. जो हम महसूस कर रहे हैं वो we can tell it only through a language. So that is why also language is very important. Now let's come to the third point, formal communication. अब जो बातचीत हो रही है, that is formal communication. I am speaking to you, and this is known as formal communication. So here also we use a language. Now I am speaking to you in English. It can be any other language also. So अगर हम किसी को कुछ बोलना चाहते हैं तो language द्वारा ही हम उसे convey कर सकते हैं. The next one is learn new ideas, concepts and perspective. जो हम सोच रहे हैं, जिस तरह से हम सोच रहे हैं, ये सब चीजें हम अपनी लैंग्वेज से ही बोल सकते हैं. ये एक ही ऐसी एक माध्यम है जिससे आप दूसरों को बोल सकते हो कि क्या कहना चाहते हो. The next point is enjoy conversation, meeting people, movies, songs and be part of a community. Now यहाँ पे Poonam, can you throw light on this? Do you enjoy conversation? क्या आपको बातचीत अच्छी लगती है?
Yes, ma'am.
And
because I thought that
most of the time?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And in
well, ma'am, usually with my friends I speak in Hindi, but when it comes to this formal communication, I prefer English.
Okay, so for formal communication, you prefer English. And yes, Menka, movies and songs. So do you watch?
Yes, ma'am, songs.
Okay. And do you watch movies in English or Hindi?
Ma'am, Hindi.
Hindi. Okay. So here again, language plays a very important role. Next is progress and live comfortably, because we find that once we know a language, we can speak to others, and even in profession and all, we need to know a language so that we are able to communicate to other people. Especially English is very important, because English is a language that is spoken by most of the people, and in professional life you will see that English becomes a language where we can share our ideas and where we can share our opinions also. Next one is gain success in professional life. Yes, language is very important here also, because without without language you cannot progress in your professional life. So the last one, building meaningful relationship, this we know, because आप किसी के साथ friends बनना चाहते हो या फिर आप किसी के साथ कोई भी relationship रखना चाहते हो, तो आपको express अपने जो emotions है उसे express करना आना चाहिए. और ये आप कर सकते हो जब आपको language, कोई भी language आप अच्छी तरह से बोल सकते हो, communicate कर सकते हो, तभी आप आप एक अच्छा relationship build कर सकते हो. Last one is language is an entry point into any culture. आप सोचिए कि आप आपकी पढ़ाई के बाद आप इंग्लैंड शिफ्ट हो जाते हो, तो आपको इंग्लिश की जो नॉलेज है वो होनी चाहिए, क्योंकि अगर आप वहाँ रहना चाहते हो, आप वहाँ सेटल होना चाहते हो, तो फिर वहाँ के लोगों को आपको जानना होगा, वो कैसे हैं, उनके रहन सहन जानना होगा. So that time also language plays a very important role. Let's move to the next slide. Now here we are going to speak about first language and second language. जो फर्स्ट लैंग्वेज है वो हमारी मदर टंग है, जो हम घर में बोलते हैं, अपने माँ बाप के साथ बोलते हैं. द लैंग्वेज दैट वी स्पीक टू आवर रिलेटिव्स, आवर नेबर्स, यू नो, जो लैंग्वेज हम लोग मतलब बचपन से बोलते आए हैं, दैट इज आवर मदर टंग, दैट इज फर्स्ट लैंग्वेज. और भारत में सेकेंड लैंग्वेज इंग्लिश को माना जाता है, क्योंकि बहुत लोग इसको आगे जाके सीखते हैं इंग्लिश को. जब हम स्कूल जाते हैं, कॉलेजेस जाते हैं, दूसरे इंस्टीट्यूशन जाएंगे, जब हम कोई नया जॉब लेते हैं, सो हियर आल्सो वी then learn English. So English is our second language. It is said that around 83 million people in India, they have English as their second language. So ये language जो है वो हम बाद में सीखते हैं. Coming to the next slide. तो यहाँ पे बोला गया है कि is it difficult or to learn a language? Can we learn a language? हाँ, हम कोई भी language कोई भी age में सीख सकते हैं, क्योंकि लैंग्वेज जो है वो एक स्किल है जिसे हमें प्रैक्टिस से सीखा जा सकता है. वी कैन लर्न अ लैंग्वेज विथ प्रैक्टिस. इट्स नॉट हेरिडिटरी. ये नहीं कि हमारे माँ बाप ने माँ बाप नहीं जानते इसलिए हम भी नहीं जानेंगे, ऐसा कुछ भी नहीं है. वी कैन लर्न एनी लैंग्वेज, इट इज नॉट हेरिडिटरी. मैं आपको एक एग्जांपल देती हूँ. यहाँ पे जैक मा, आई थिंक आप सब इनको जानते हैं. ये बहुत बड़े बिजनेसमैन है, चाइना के हैं. He is the founder of Alibaba. इन्होंने बाद में जाके इंग्लिश सीखा, एंड इंग्लिश वाज हिज सेकंड लैंग्वेज, एंड नाउ ही इज क्वाइट प्रोफिशिएंट इन इंग्लिश लैंग्वेज. ऐसे आपको अनगिनत एग्जांपल्स मिल जाएंगे जहाँ पे लोगों ने बाद में जाके सीखा है इंग्लिश. सो मैंने एक बुक किताब पढ़ी थी सुधा मूर्ति की. उन्होंने वहां भी लिखा है कि कैसे उन्होंने अपनी ग्रैंड मदर को सिखाया था लैंग्वेज, क्योंकि वो बहुत उत्सुक थी कि शी वांटेड टू रीड स्टोरीज. सो फिर उन्होंने नई लैंग्वेज सीखी. सो इसके लिए कोई एज बार नहीं है. इट्स जस्ट दैट यू नीड टू बी विलिंग टू लर्न अ न्यू लैंग्वेज, एंड इट गेट्स बेटर विथ प्रैक्टिस. जितना आप प्रैक्टिस करोगे उतना अच्छा आपका लैंग्वेज होगा. सो इंग्लिश एज सच, हाँ, एक डर जरूर रहता है जब हमने सीखा नहीं होता, लेकिन ऐसा कुछ भी नहीं है. हम इसे सीख सकते हैं. बस एक ही चीज जरूरी होती है, एंड दैट इज योर विल पावर, और एक आपकी चाहत कि यस, आई वांट टू लर्न. Thank you. And now I hand over to Vidya ji for the next slide.
Yeah. Thank you, Kavya ji. It was wonderful listening to you. I mean, after Kavya ji spoke only, we can really think how much we have taken our language for granted. You know, we want something, we just ask, we get it. So it's helping us in all the levels, isn't it? Like, if not, just think about a dumb person. How difficult it is for them to express their thoughts, emotions, isn't it? So language is something, it's a boon to our humankind. Only human beings, we can only speak, which other beings don't have. Okay, so now I'm going to little bit speak on why do we need English. Do you all think we need English? If so, why? Why do we need English? काव्या जी ने बताया एक्चुअली 7,000 लैंग्वेजेस है दुनिया में, बट व्हाई इंग्लिश? एंड बिफोर दैट आई जस्ट इंट्रोड्यूस माय सेल्फ. आई एम श्रीविद्या. आई एम फ्रॉम कोयम्बतूर, तमिलनाडु. सो प्लीज फॉरगिव माय हिंदी. इट विल नॉट एट ऑल बी परफेक्ट. ओके, प्लीज बेयर विथ मी. थैंक यू. दैट जस्ट कैन यू ऑल टेल मी व्हाई डू वी नीड इंग्लिश? जरूरत है
मैम? बिकॉज़,
Write your
yes ma'am.
response.
Ma'am, because in India,
Yeah, please go ahead. Poonam, did you start?
okay ma'am. Ma'am,
Yeah.
because ma'am, in India, English means preferred more than Hindi over, means for official works. It's considered means good in society. And if we talk about the Western countries, it's also means mostly in the west of the world, English is preferred over means other languages, because we have America and other means major countries also have it as official languages. And well, at the end of the day, it's just a language. but because of its immense importance and the society means thinks about it as important. So that's why it's nowadays quite means Daruri, important. It's quite important to learn about. It's quite important to learn English.
Okay, very nice point. Good. Yeah. Anyone else would like to say why do we need English? Please come forward. Okay. Poonam told about one of the most important points. We have many successful countries like US, UK, Canada, which is basically English speaking. They're all English speaking countries, and they are dictating many things, isn't it? So they have taken a lead, and India, can you imagine India, which has really so many languages, nearly officially maybe 22, 23, but there are many languages which don't have written script but spoken. So it's just teeming with so many languages. But still, we have English as the link language. Okay, we are preferring it because it's much more easier. Whatever reason, okay, Britishers came and they have left that language and we have held on to it. Now we are very, very comfortable with English as a linked language. Now I'm from Coimbatore. I have to come to Himachal Pradesh. I don't have to worry how I will manage. Okay. Because there will be someone, even if I don't know Hindi, somehow I can manage with English wherever I go in India. That is as far as India is concerned. If you want to go to other countries also, if you know English, you can really manage very well. Okay, that is something functionally. We can manage your life easily, both domestically and also internationally. And knowledge. If you take English, most of the content in internet is in English only. More than nearly 60%. So any subject you want to get more info, you just have to key in and you get all the information. Now this chat GPT is also there, which is again a big revolution. So we have everything first in English. So it gives easy access to knowledge. Okay. And because of that, it prepares you for work. Like science, you take any field, science, aviation, media, technology, English is very, very important. आपको कुछ उसमें command है, hold है, तो आपका job prospects भी automatically high. Okay, so that's why English. And when you speak English, when you know that you can speak English fluently without grammatical mistakes, automatically you'll have the confidence and self-esteem. Okay, I can handle this situation. Naito, I will get very nervous. Will I make a mistake or will I ridicule myself? Aisa kuch thoughts aata hai. But if you have good command over English, you can be very well assured that you can handle the situation better. Many jobs require good command of spoken English, as you can see, not even at the high level, just, I mean, the technology, aviation, rocket, forget about that. Even at entry level, suppose like this call centers or even hospitality industry. If you know English, your job prospects are really, they're very bright and you can easily get into them. Okay, so, and learning English, for that matter, which we have nayas, we are learning some new thing. Okay, what happens? Hamara brains may, or neural pathways, neurons also, you cannot remember. Okay, that all gets rewired. Whenever you're acquiring some new skill, it all gets rewired because it's not the usual thing. Something new is happening inside our brain too. So whenever you're going to focus on learning a new language like English, a lot of things happen in your brain and you come out as a very satisfied and happy person too, apart from all these things. And travel, I think most of you would love to travel, isn't it? So traveling becomes a lot easier, and access to books, movies, everything is big. I mean, you gain knowledge like anything. You just have to, you can read anything on any topic. You can watch movies, and movies maybe, you know, if you watch it in English, it's good. So that you don't have to rely on translation, subtitles, over nahi. So you know English, you directly read about it without relying on a third party. Okay, so English is very, very important, but usme kuch challenges hai kya? Then how do we handle it? So I'll hand it over to Malini ji. She will explain to you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Shri Vidya. You gave us such a nice explanation. Good morning. My name is Malini and I live in Bangalore. So now let's go on to we came to know about all the good parts and why we need to learn English and all the other details. Now, but are there some challenges? Can I ask any of you to tell me what you think are the challenges? Some of you could unmute and say, and some of you could even put it in the chat box. So are there any challenges? Kuch chunautiyon hai? So as like Shri Vidya, I also would like to say I'm not so perfect in Hindi. So please, my Hindi may be broken. The way I form sentences may not be right. And I just hope you will understand whatever I say. अंग्रेजी सीखने में हमें कुछ चुनौतियों का सामना करना पड़ता है. Anybody would like to say? Are there any challenges in learning English? Yes, I think I heard someone unmute.
Poonam has raised.
Yes, Poonam. Go ahead.
Yes, ma'am.
What do you think are the challenges?
Actually, ma'am, because we speak generally our mother languages in our day-to-day life, and there are not so much chance to practice English with our friends. So that's why we can't become fluent in English overnight. It needs a lot of practice, but we are not getting it because our mother languages are difficult. So I think that's the one point which is, we face as a challenge.
Thank you so much, Poonam. It's so true. That's right. We are so used to speaking our mother tongue, and that is what we are speaking in our home with our family. So because of that, how and when do we get to practice another language? So the opportunities may be less because from morning till night, our near and dear people, we are talking in our local language also. Yes, that is one of the challenges. Anybody else would like to say what the other challenges are?
She's saying atmosphere. She has written in the chat box, atmosphere.
Okay, I didn't see that. Okay. Atmosphere, is it? Is that atmosphere that you're
Yeah, I think you mean environment.
I think, yeah. So the environment. Would you like to expand on this, Tushi? Would you like to just explain? When you say atmosphere or environment, do I get it that you're talking about that, you are... when you're in the environment, you are not able to, it depends on the environment you're in, the people that you're around with. If the people around you are not speaking, is it difficult? Can I have a yes or no from you? Or would you like to unmute and tell me?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, so there's a difficulty because you're not getting opportunities, that's what I'm understanding, right? Maybe anybody else, any one more person has put it on the, would like to unmute and tell me?
Manjula's hand is up for a while. I wonder if she wants to say something.
Yes, I'm not able. Yeah, please, could you please go ahead?
Manjula, do you want to say something?
Yeah, thank you. That's fine. But after the students, if they're done, then I would like to just add something here.
Yes, definitely, Manjula ji. Okay, let's go on to the next screen and let's see what they think could be the challenges, what could be the problems. Yes, like some of you said, lack of environment, you don't have the atmosphere, you don't have the exposure. That could be some of the challenges. So now, how do we learn? So yes, so here we are going to be in a space when we start the course, we all do the course together, we're going to get that environment, we're going to get more opportunities to speak. So there'll be a lot of speaking involved in our course. Anybody else would like to say? Okay, or anybody else quickly, can I have some more responses? Listen, there is no wrong answer. There is nothing that, you need to worry. Am I saying it right or wrong? It's just that what each person believes is their challenge. And it is true for them, right? So let's look at language interference. Language interference, hum sochte hain hamara matrabhasha mein, right? So when we think, we think in our language. And many times when we want to talk in English, we are thinking a thought in Hindi and we want to say it in English. What happens? It becomes automatic. It gets automatically translated from our thinking in Hindi to English. A very, very common example that we would like to say is in Hindi, we say, "Aapka shubh naam kya hai?" Is that right? Is that what you say? So when I have come across so many people when they come and ask me, what is your name? They say, "Madam, what is your good name?" So in English, we don't need to say, what is your good name? We just ask, what is your name? So this is one of the things. So we learn also how we can think in English so that the translation and the expression becomes easier. Anybody else? Any other challenges? I'm waiting for responses. I'm sure we all know challenges. Yes, please.
Of confidence,
Naini?
ma'am.
Yes, confidence.
Lack of confidence.
Thank you so much. Yes, isn't it? So we are worrying, oh my God, am I speaking well? What are people going to think about me? लोग मेरे English सुन के हंसेंगे क्या? मेरे बारे में क्या सोचेंगे? All those fears will be there, right? So those, sometimes even if you know the words and the sentences and you want to say it, you're hesitating because लोग क्या कहेंगे, क्या सोचेंगे? So that kind of confidence is that kind of makes us hesitate. So if I was worried, all of you will laugh at my Hindi, maybe I wouldn't have accepted to come and talk over here at all, because I know in between I will be saying some Hindi sentences. So these become some of the challenges for us to go ahead with learning a language. Anybody else? Any other point? Since I can't see all the people's screens, I might not be able to see who has raised hands. Please do not hesitate to unmute and tell me your points. Yes. So fear of failure. अगर मैं ठीक से मैं नहीं सीखूंगी तो मैं ठीक से नहीं बोलूंगी तो you know, we all fear failure when we do an exam and we see those marks. It's like those marks are written on our face and we are kind of posted on us and said, that is me, the marks is me, right? So it's like failure. There's a fear always. So sometimes because of that hesitation we'll see. So what will people say? Why will they laugh at me? All these points I've also already covered. Have I missed out anything, children? You're most welcome to quickly tell me what could be your other reasons why you find challenges.
Milka has written in the chat box, lack of practice.
Lack of vocabulary is also.
Yes, lack of opportunity for practice, lack of practice, yes.
Okay, may I add my point now?
Yes, Manjula ji, thank you.
An observation from my many years of teaching experience, especially English as second language. So the biggest problem is our ego. There is something called language ego. Language सीखने का भी ego होता है students, okay? Especially मैंने notice करा था जो मेरे German students थे और मेरे जो Japanese students थे, तो उनका एक mindset था. They had a mindset, एक सोच थी कि हमें अंग्रेजी सीखने की जरूरत क्या है. हम तो already एक इतने progressive, प्रगतिशील देश से आते हैं. We are a very progressive nation and we are very well off and we are the first world country. So we really don't need English as a second language. So this is the biggest thing. In India also students sometimes think, why do we need to learn a second language? We can get away with Hindi or broken English or with some other language. Why English? So there's something called pride in your language versus a language ego. So you have to be very, very aware of this. You can be very proud of your first language, whether it can be Himachali or Hindi or Tamil or Punjabi or Gujarati or whatever. Be extremely, extremely proud of it. But also know that you are learning the second language now. It does not mean that you are belittling your first language. So do not let that language ego develop. This will open your doorway to language learning. Okay. Secondly, जैसा मैंने पहले कहा था vocabulary में, किसी एक अच्छे student ने भी कहा कि हमारे पास vocabulary नहीं है. बेटा ये मैं मान ही नहीं सकती कि आपके पास vocabulary नहीं है, सबके पास vocabulary है. आप इसको sentences में, वाक्यों में आप इसको पेश कीजिए. Speak in correct and full sentences. When you type, when you write, and when you speak. Try that and you will get it. Okay, that's what I wanted to add. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, Manjula ji. That is so true, whatever you have said. Okay, now let's get to the next part. Let's again have a little bit of fun in English. Let's look at these sentences here. I'm going to read the first one and you're going to tell me if there's something, what do you find? Is it right? Is it wrong? What is wrong in the sentence? Then we'll read it. Would any of you like to read the first sentence? Can I quickly have someone read the first sentence? Just unmute, don't raise your hand, just unmute and just read the sentence. Who'd like to do that? Karan, you've been very quiet.
Pick up the paper and fall in the dustbin.
Okay, do you notice something wrong in this sentence? Who is picking up the paper? Who's falling in the dustbin? Yes, someone just spoke now. Kushi, go ahead. Hello?
Okay.
Okay. So pick up the paper. Is there something wrong in the sentence?
Ma'am, yes, ma'am. Actually, means it shouldn't be like fall. This sentence should be like pick up the paper and throw it in the dustbin, and then it would be distinguished.
Yes, that's right. Otherwise, it looks like, you know, you pick up the paper and I fall into the dustbin. It looks like that, right? And ask someone else to fall into the dustbin. So thank you. Thank you so much. Let's look at the next sentence. Why are you looking at the monkeys outside when I am inside? What is the sentence? What's something wrong in the sentence? Yes.
The children are little shy today. Maybe we can take up this when they get conversant with us. जब हमारी classes आएंगे तब हम fun ज़्यादा कर पाएंगे. अभी ये लोग हमें जानते नहीं हैं.
Yes,
so
yes.
We can move faster because of the time constraint also.
Yes, yes, yes. So it says, why are you looking at the monkeys outside when I am inside? So it's like, you know, monkeys are outside and I am inside. It's as if you're saying the monkey, I am also one of the monkeys out here, right? It sounds funny, isn't it? So both of you stand together separately. आप दोनों हिंदी में कैसे करें बोलेंगे उसको? आप दोनों अलग-अलग खड़े होंगे. So it sounds like, you know, it sounds very contradictory. All right. So open the window. Let the Air Force come in. So जब हम हिंदी में बोलते हैं Air Force तो क्या बोलते हैं? हवा
को वेग से आने दो. हवा का वेग आने दो.
That's
how we talk in English. Yeah.
In English, if you say Air Force, you're talking about the defense, right? The Army, the Navy, the Air Force. So now it gets very confusing. Yeah. And the next, yes, the last one. Will you hang the calendar or else I will hang myself? I will hang myself. That's all. So it's funny. So it's just to see that sometimes when you convert directly from in our local languages to English, sometimes we make these funny mistakes. And thank you all. So now I will hand it over to Rashmi.
Thank you so much, Malini ji. Am I seen on the screen? I don't know.
No, you are not seen on the screen, Rashmi ji.
Not as yet. Yeah. Can you see me now?
Yes, ma'am. Rashmi.
All right. Good morning. My name is Rashmi. I'm in Hyderabad and I'm also one of the teachers. So you are getting introduced to a lot of teachers today. Don't get confused. We'll not be teaching you together. That's a saving grace. All right. तो हम अब तक समझ चुके हैं कि हमें क्यों अंग्रेजी की जरूरत है. अंग्रेजी में सीखने में सेकंड लैंग्वेज, क्योंकि इंग्लिश आपकी सेकंड लैंग्वेज है, तो सेकंड लैंग्वेज को सीखने में क्या दिक्कतें पेश आ सकती हैं वो हम जान चुके हैं. अब आते हैं कोर्स पर. ये कोर्स जो आप कर रहे हैं, ये कोर्स आपको किस तरीके से हेल्प करेगा. ऑल ऑफ यू cited different challenges that you face while learning English. Now let's see how we are tackling those challenges. Thinking and ideating in English. You learn how to think in English. होता क्या है कि जब अंग्रेजी हमारी mother tongue नहीं होती है, we tend to think in our mother tongue and then we do a little translation. तो हम कुछ सोचते हैं, अपनी भाषा में सोचते हैं और फिर उसी का पूरा ट्रांसलेशन हम लोग अंग्रेजी में कर देते हैं. उसमें क्या होता है कि the sentence structure of Hindi or of Indian languages is very different from the sentence structure of English. So our sentences sound very awkward sometimes. So one of the things that you would learn through various exercises that teachers would do in the class with you is to think and ideate in English. आप कैसे सोचे अंग्रेजी में ही कैसे सोचे ताकि आपका ये ट्रांसलेशन का बीच वाला जो एक प्रोसेस है वो निकल जाए. Some of you talked about vocabulary. You will be tackling vocabulary also. Very often I've seen that, you know, even in English speaking schools, children do not experiment with words. So you would see them using good, bad, and nice for everything. Like good, bad. How are you feeling? I'm feeling good. How's the weather? Weather is nice. But the weather can also be pleasant. Somebody, how does she look? She looks good. She could be looking charming. She could be looking beautiful. She could be a stunning woman, right? So these are words which enhance your language. So we are targeting language also. You learn to speak and write grammatically correct English. Now, I can't emphasize the importance of this. कई बार हम बोल रहे होते हैं, लेकिन अगर उसका grammatical structure ही सही नहीं है, तो जो हम convey करना चाहेंगे वो convey नहीं हो पाएगा. उसका बिल्कुल opposite कुछ तो convey हो जाएगा. For example, मान लीजिए आपको पंक्चुएशन नहीं पता है, एंड यू से लेट्स ईट ग्रैंडमा, और आप बीच में कॉमा ही नहीं लगाते हैं, तो इसमें द होल इंटेंट ऑफ द सेंटेंस विल चेंज. तो हम करेक्ट सेंटेंसेस कैसे लिखें, करेक्ट सेंटेंसेस बोलें कैसे, इसकी आपको भी तालीम दी जाएगी. इम्प्रूविंग रीडिंग स्किल्स एंड प्रोनाउंसिएशन. Now, there are many words which are very, very commonly used, but often we pronounce them incorrectly. And it happens because even the best of English speakers, are never taught how to pronounce. So, for example, it's not vegetable, it's vegetable. Where to put the stress? कौन से syllable पे कहाँ पे emphasis देना है? You don't need it 100%, but you need it good enough to pass off as a good native speaker or a good speaker of English. बस आपका tone down हो जाए उतना ही काफी. Mastering verbal and non-verbal communication. एक important part जो है इस कोर्स का वो है कि आप language तो सीखेंगे ही, but आप communication भी सीखेंगे. Now, how is communication different? Communication is not completely focused only on language. It is focused on non-verbal aspect of communicating also. तो आप जब खड़े होकर बात करते हैं किसी से, how do you present yourself? How do you come across as a person? Does your personality speak confidence? Is it only your words which are speaking confidence, but your personality speaks something else? आप बात तो पूरी कर रहे हैं, पर आप नजर ही नहीं मिला रहे हैं बात करने वाले से. आपके हाथ इधर उधर बहुत ज्यादा, you nervously you're using your hands a lot. या फिर आपकी आवाज जो है वो बहुत धीमी है, बहुत मध्यम है, सुनने वाले को पता ही नहीं चल रहा आप क्या बोल रहे हैं. ये सारे एस्पेक्ट्स पर भी काम करना बहुत जरूरी हो जाता है. हाउ डू यू प्रेजेंट योरसेल्फ? हाउ डू यू ड्रेस अप फॉर एन इंटरव्यू? हाउ डू यू turn an interview in your favor? So please know this, that this course is not only helping you launch yourself in social life, it is also helping you launch into your professional life. आप work environment में जब जाएंगे, आप कैसे अपने आप को conduct करेंगे? A lot of you were not very comfortable opening your cameras. Trust you me, you can never give an interview without opening your camera. Nobody will hire you. So please know the importance of small things like that. आपको कैमरा पे रहना ही होगा, आपको अपना बैकग्राउंड देखना ही पड़ेगा. Most of the companies are conducting online interviews. All of your work happened online throughout, the COVID time. So these things become important. Let's go to the course content. These are some of the things that you might have learned in school. हो सकता है ये सारे concepts आपने सीखे हो. इनके थोड़े depth में हम जाएंगे, ताकि जैसे कि कोर्स का नाम है फाउंडेशन, ताकि हम अंग्रेजी की अपनी फाउंडेशन बिल्ड कर सकें, आगे आपको और सिखा सकें और इस वक्त आपकी नींव मजबूत कर सकें. So these are some of the foundational concepts which are needed to be able to learn and master English. 3 persons in English language. सब्जेक्ट वर्ब स्ट्रक्चर, कैसा सेंटेंस स्ट्रक्चर क्या होता है एक बेसिक अंग्रेजी का, उसके साथ हम लोग कैसे खेल सकते हैं. उसी बेसिक सेंटेंस स्ट्रक्चर को जानते हुए हम कितने अलग अलग तरीके के सेंटेंसेस बना सकते हैं. यू लर्न अबाउट टाइप ऑफ सेंटेंसेस, यू लर्न अबाउट डिफरेंट फॉर्म्स ऑफ वर्ब्स. नाउ वर्ब्स, जिसको कि हिंदी में क्रिया भी बोलते हैं, अलग अलग तरीके की क्रिया होती है. अंग्रेजी में क्रिया कैसे चेंज होती है, टेंस के हिसाब से कैसे चेंज होती है, वो आप जानेंगे. एवरीडे एप्लीकेशन ऑफ टेंसेस. नाउ वी हैव बीन बोर्ड टू डेथ through our school life thinking about tenses. अब टेंस को तो लेके बच्चे ही टेंस हो जाते हैं, तो हम लोग सोचते हैं कि यार टेंस की क्या जरूरत है. नहीं, लेकिन टेंस की जरूरत है ये जानने के लिए नहीं कि कौन सा फॉर्मूला लगेगा, किस फॉर्मूला से मैं कौन सा सेंटेंस बना लूं, बल्कि इस चीज के लिए कि एक पर्टिकुलर टाइम फ्रेम के बारे में बात करते वक्त कौन सा टेंस मुझे यूज होगा. अगर मैं किसी नैरेटिव की बात कर रहा हूँ, पुरानी किसी टाइम की बात बता रहा हूँ, तो मुझे पास्ट टेंस यूज करना ही पड़ेगा. उसको मैं कैसे इफेक्टिवली यूज करूँ बात करते वक्त, अपनी कहानी बताते वक्त. Children, you should not forget every time that you are talking in an interview, you are actually telling your life story. So you might think कि story खाली एक लेखक बताता है. नहीं, अपनी जिंदगी में सारे वक्त हम लोग स्टोरीज ही बता रहे होते हैं. द गुड स्टोरी टेलर यू आर, द बेटर कम्युनिकेटर यू वुड बी. Prepositions, adjective, adverbs, degrees of comparison, now all foundational concepts which you might have already learned, but we need to ground them better for you to launch from here into the intermediate course. You know, we already have an intermediate course. जिन्होंने foundation खत्म किया है वो intermediate में अभी जा रहे हैं बच्चे. Speaking and listening exercises throughout the course, there would be speaking and listening exercises. Teachers आपको बताएंगे कि आपको बहुत सारा सुनने का, बोलने का समय दिया जाएगा, टॉपिक्स दिए जाएंगे. कभी कभी आपको ये भी बोला जाएगा कि आप रिकॉर्ड करके कुछ भेजिए. हो सकता है कि आपको एक एक्सट्रैक्ट दे दिया जाए और आपसे बोला जाए कि इस एक्सट्रैक्ट को आप रिकॉर्ड करके भेजिए. फिर टीचर्स पॉइंट आउट कर सकते हैं कि यहाँ पर आप किस तरीके से इसको बेटर तरीके से कम्युनिकेट कर सकते थे. नॉन वर्बल कम्युनिकेशन, आई हैव ऑलरेडी स्पोकन अबाउट इट. लेट्स गो टू द नेक्स्ट स्लाइड. ऑलराइट. So here are some of the study resources that foundation course would be providing you. You'll have presentations. Your teachers will be working with presentations. Handouts हैं, but इस बार हमने क्या किया है कि पूरे handouts have been collected into a single student's guide, and it would be given to you. So उसमें सारे exercises रहेंगे. There would be audios, there would be videos which your teachers would be showing you in the class. There would be speaking labs. We have designed classes जिसमें कि खाली speaking की ही बात होगी. Now, we have told you a lot. Trust you me, you know, what happens now here, I just want to ask you something. If you have signed up for an exercise course, if you have signed up to, let's say, tone up or to reduce weight, or if you've signed up for a gym, what is the single most important thing? Anybody can respond. कोई भी बच्चा ये बता सकते हैं. अगर आपने एक जिम क्लास के लिए साइन अप किया है या किसी एक्सरसाइजिंग क्लास के लिए, योगा के लिए साइन अप करा है, what is the single most important requirement?
Consistency. Determination.
Exactly. Determination, consistency. So there can be a big band of teachers teaching you. They might be telling you everything, but the responsibility really, really rests with you. इस कोर्स को आप कैसे यूज करेंगे, ये you know, that is going to be the make or break thing here. हम लोग आपको सब कुछ सिखा सकते हैं, सब कुछ दे सकते हैं. Yes, we've designed a course. Yes, we are giving you handouts, but it's your motivation and your motivation alone which will determine how well you would make use of the opportunity, the golden opportunity which is there in front of you. तो आपके पास गाइड है, आप ये भी कर सकते हैं कि गाइड में से पहले ही पढ़ें कि आज की क्लास में क्या होने वाला है, और फिर you come prepared so that you can make good use of that 1 hour. That 1 hour can really catapult you into a different league altogether. आप एक अलग तरीके से ग्रूम अप हो सकते हैं अगर उस 1 घंटे का आप अच्छे से इस्तेमाल करें. So these are guidelines for online classes. All of you are 18 plus, you are of a voting age, and I'm expecting a lot of accountability here. आप register कर रहे हैं कोर्स के लिए, तो you have to abide by all these rules. Exact time पर आइए, schedule से आइए. अगर क्लास 5:30 बजे शुरू हो रही है, you can't walk in at 6. That is unprofessional. So think about, you will not do it in your college. You would not do it in your workplace. How is it fair to the teacher if you walk in at 6 o'clock in the class? Imagine if you were in that teacher's shoes, you would not like it. So दूसरों, you know, don't behave in the way in which you would want others to behave, right? Minimum 80% attendance is mandatory for the completion of the course. Through the course, there would be assignments, there would be practice tests given to you. हम भी चाहते हैं कि हम throughout the course assess करते रहें कि हम जो आपको teaching दे रहे हैं वो कहाँ तक सही पहुंची, वो आप you know, have you been able to accept it? Are there some gaps somewhere? Do we need to change some strategies? तो बीच में assignment practice tests होते रहेंगे, उससे आपका भी revision चलता रहेगा. There would be a mid test. तो रेगुलर इवैल्यूएशन टीचर करती रहेगी आपका. ये लेट मी आल्सो एम्फसाइज, ये सारे प्रैक्टिस टेस्ट, सारे रिकॉर्डिंग, एवरीथिंग इज इंपॉर्टेंट एंड विल काउंट अ लॉट टुवर्ड्स द फाइनल एग्जाम. हर एक का थोड़ा परसेंटेज आपका फाइनल एग्जाम में काउंट होगा. कोर्स कंप्लीशन सर्टिफिकेट तभी मिलेगा जब आप सारे असाइनमेंट्स आपके पूरे हो चुके होंगे. एक बार जो टॉपिक हो गया वो क्लास में नहीं रिपीट होगा. प्लीज अंडरस्टैंड दैट ऑल आवर टीचर्स आर वर्किंग प्रोफेशनल्स. दे हैव वेरी graciously accepted to be your teachers, and it's unfair to them if you don't come to the class and then you say that, oh, I couldn't attend the class because I had I don't know, we had excuses as lame as koi party thi and we could not come. So please make sure that you do not cut on the classes for silly reasons. I can understand if there are reasons which are really genuine, and we are sympathetic enough to understand that. Also send a message to your teacher if you're not attending the class. That's basic courtesy. Students are required to make a separate notebook for these classes. Now this is something which has been told to you throughout your school life. अगर आप कुछ भी नया कोर्स कर रहे हैं, एक नोटबुक बनाइए. और नोटबुक बनाने से ऐसे नहीं होता है कि टीचर को पता चलेगा. इट्स एनीवे एन ऑनलाइन क्लास, बट इट ब्रिंग्स अ डिसिप्लिन इन योर ओन अटेम्प्ट टुवर्ड्स द कोर्स. आपके पास एक नोटबुक है, आपको पता है कि हाँ पिछली बार ये हुआ था, इस बार ये हो रहा है. देयर इज अ कंटिन्यूटी, एंड आल्सो यू कम विद अ सर्टेन डिसिप्लिन, सर्टेन रेवरेंस एंड ग्रैटिट्यूड to that course. There will be a separate WhatsApp group for each class to communicate. जैसे ही आपको हम ग्रुप्स में डिवाइड करेंगे, एक WhatsApp ग्रुप बना दिया जाएगा जिसमें कि आपकी टीचर्स ऐड हो जाएंगी. Now these are some of the things that will happen. There will be a pre-assessment test very soon. We'll announce the date. तो प्री असेसमेंट में आपको कुछ घबराने की जरूरत नहीं है. प्री असेसमेंट आप खाली कुछ क्वेश्चंस हैं, उनके आप जवाब दे देंगे. ऑल ऑफ देम वुड बी मल्टीपल चॉइस क्वेश्चंस गिवन इन अ गूगल फॉर्म. द गूगल फॉर्म वुड बी अलॉटेड टू यू. उस गूगल फॉर्म से हम लोग को अंदाजा लग जाएगा कि कौन से ऐसे टॉपिक्स हैं जिसमें हमें दिख रहा है कि ज्यादा एक पुश की जरूरत है. हो सकता है वो टेंसेस हो सकता है वो कम्युनिकेशन हो. सो इट विल गिव अस अ बेटर अंडरस्टैंडिंग ऑफ वेयर यू स्टैंड करंटली. Our classes start from 25th of February 2023. You can mark that date. Right now, I don't think there is any change. If in case there is a change, we'll inform you about that. The classes would be held every Saturday. हर एक सैटरडे शाम को आपकी क्लास हुआ करेगी. क्लास का टाइम आप अपने टीचर के साथ एक बार फ्रीज कर सकते हैं. यूजुअली इट्स बिटवीन 5 and 6 or 5:30 and 6:30. Time is 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. So we have freezed on the time. It's from 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. I've spoken a lot, but I hope that you were able to imbibe what we told you. English can take you places. Now, why do you think we have the photographs of these people on screen? Kapil Dev, Dhoni, and Kangana Ranaut, who happens to be a Himachal Pradesh resident. Yeah, anybody?
Well, they're in their field very
They've
well.
done very well in their field. Anything, but why in an English course am I talking about all these three celebrities?
They learned English after getting into their professions.
Exactly. And they learned English through their own motivation. Trust me, children, if you just decide that I have to learn a language, there's no stopping you. There's absolutely no stopping you. Kapil Dev comes from Haryana, could not talk in English at all. 1983 movie aapne dekhi hogi. You would see how much he has struggled with the language. Similarly, with Dhoni, comes from Jharkhand. Wahan pe wo bhi nahi bol pate the अंग्रेजी अच्छे से. That did not deter in him reaching where he reached. Kangana Ranaut, self-taught in English. She took English classes. She made sure that she learned the language. बात ये नहीं है कि अंग्रेजी is any better than Hindi or any better than regional language. No, by all means we should pride in our Indian languages, but कभी भी ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए कि मैं करियर में इसलिए नहीं आगे बढ़ पा रही हूँ क्योंकि मुझे अंग्रेजी नहीं आती है. That's a very teeny weeny thing to fix, isn't it? कि एक इंग्लिश की वजह से नहीं हो पा रहा है तो इंग्लिश I can certainly fix, right? So all these celebrities are wonderful examples of people who did not let the language inadequacy become an impediment. मतलब एक रुकावट नहीं बना अंग्रेजी का ना आना उनके लिए. उन्होंने वो भी सीख लिया, and the rest is history. With that, I welcome you to the course, and I hand it over to Sonali.
Thank you so much, Rashmi. It was very elaborate and very informative. बच्चों काफी सारी बातचीत हो गई. आपका ये 1 घंटा तो पहले ही स्टार्ट कर दिया है, क्लास अभी शुरू नहीं हुई है. लेकिन थोड़ा सा आपको ट्यून इन करने के लिए ये सब किया था। आपके अभी कोई भी क्वेश्चन आंसर्स हैं आज के सेशन से रिलेटेड, ओरिएंटेशन से, यू कैन ब्रिंग इट फोर्थ। कुछ पूछना है आपको, क्योंकि क्लासेस जब स्टार्ट होंगी तो आपकी इंडिविजुअल क्लासेस बन जाएंगी, आपको व्हाट्सएप ग्रुप अलॉट हो जाएगा एंड यू विल बी असाइंड टीचर्स। आपको जैसे टीचर्स, सब्जेक्ट टीचर्स आके पढ़ाते हैं, इंग्लिश के भी जितने भी आज टीचर्स से आप मिले वो सब आएंगे, आपको पढ़ाएंगे। अभी कोई सवाल है तो बता दीजिए। Anybody has any question? Okay, तो मैं ये मान सकती हूँ अगर कोई सवाल नहीं है तो सब कुछ समझ आ गया है या बिल्कुल कुछ भी नहीं समझ आया, दो ही चीजें होती है, right? Okay.
Nali, then we could close probably.
Yeah. So now this is where we would like to end this session. Thank you to all the teachers and thank you to all the lovely students who made it a point to join us today. And this means that you people are really interested to be in an English class and will make the most of your time. मुझे कुछ बच्चे repeat दिख रहे थे, मुझे देखना पड़ेगा। Sia, Akanksha, I think you are old students. Am I right? Anyway, we'll check this out later on.
They love the English program. That's why they're here.
Yeah, I think they like it. That's why they are again in the class. Thank you so much, dear students. अपन मिलते हैं जल्दी ही 25 Feb को। अब आपके आश्रम की तरफ से आपके लिए व्हाट्सएप ग्रुप आपकी क्लास का बन जाएगा। 2-3 क्लासेस बनेगी, 2 क्लासेस मिनिमम बनेगी, तो आपको पता चल जाएगा आपके टीचर्स कौन है एंड ऑल द कम्युनिकेशन विल बी डन थ्रू अ व्हाट्सएप ग्रुप। इंग्लिश क्लास का व्हाट्सएप ग्रुप बनेगा एंड देयर यू विल गेट टू नो कि आपका प्री असेसमेंट कब हो रहा है। आपको अभी एक इंग्लिश का कोर्स आपको आप लोगों ने जिन्होंने आज ज्वाइन किया है, आप एक फॉर्म भर के अपना कंसेंट देंगे कि मैं ये कोर्स अटेंड करना चाहता या चाहती हूँ। उसके बेसिस पे आपको क्लास एक असाइन होगी, आपको एनरोल किया जाएगा इंग्लिश क्लास के लिए। अगर आप वो फॉर्म नहीं भरेंगे तो आप क्लास का पार्ट नहीं बन पाएंगे, राइट? So this is where we would like to end the session. Thank you so much. Thank you everyone for this lovely Sunday morning. And have a great weekend. See you soon.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Thank you all students.
Thank you.